Welcome to Antietam Stadium on the beautiful grounds of UCI. I'm Nick Webster, joined by Imani Walker. This is USL Soccer. It's the OC Blues FC taking on Arizona United SC. And what a game we've got in store for us today. Last weekend, though, the Blues came to this game in tremendous form, unbeaten in their last four. 90 minutes later, it was in tatters. What went wrong? What can they do to change?
Yeah, they just came out all wrong, really. Just two mental mistakes, one very early from goalkeeper Brandon Miller and very late on from a team kind of standpoint. And they found themselves 2-0 down at half. Another mental mistake and a red card, kind of destroyed everything they worked so hard to build for the last 4 games. But I expect so much more from them this coming game. Mentality, attitude, complete change, and I expect a very, very good game here tonight.
Momentum is key for the OC Blues. What have they got to do to regain it?
They have to really come out and push hard from the get-go. 10, 15 minutes, really play well, get after Arizona's back line, and really put the momentum on their side, put Arizona SC on a back foot, and they'll really get to start to push and push and push, and they'll find better opportunities, especially here at home. Arizona really won't know what to do with them, and I expect a very good game from both.
Antietam Stadium is the venue. Let's take a look back at the highlights of the OC Blues against the Colorado Switchbacks. Robinson inside now. Here's a chance. Baciello, can he get through? Oh, it's a great tackle.
Willing to run for the player in the box.
Haven't seen much yet from Ivan Mirkovic. Definitely want to get him on the ball. Here's Plunker. Dangerous for Miller. What can he do with it? Oh, he's made a catastrophic error. And that is a very, very simple goal for Robinson. Brandon Miller, the USL Goalkeeper of the Year, he will be having nightmares about that one, I think, until the day he retires from this beautiful game of ours. Phillips looking for the target of Robinson. Blues looking to get their trap in order. But another terrible mistake, and they have got away with one right there. Vercoloni, one of the most dangerous goal-scoring threats in the USL. Goal in the 10th minute.
Yeah, I think so. A team of less kind of fortitude, mental fortitude, less caliber would have sat back and let Colorado come at them. They've done the exact opposite. Really put Colorado on their back foot to the point where they've sustained possession for the last 3-4 minutes.
Cretinan with the in-swinger. Oh, free header. Oh, what a good save by Goric. Wow. For a second, Seth looked like he might have got onto it. There's Baciello. Berman. Space on the right-hand side. There's a good run through from Berman. Lifts it over the keeper. Oh, that was tremendous stuff. Out on that right-hand side, nobody near him. Time to pick across. Can he pick across? No, he couldn't beat that first defender, Purdy. Disappointing, really, from Robinson. Had all the time in the world. Ball over the top. Oh, they've let the ball bounce again. Suggs is there. Gonzalez. Very tricky player. They're going to have to be careful. Oh, this is a great chance. 2-0. Super finish. Vercoloni. And really, the OC Blues, the author of their own downfall. Letting play continue. Ajayqua, and that's a poor touch by Ajayqua. And a chance now for the Switchbacks to break. It's a decent ball. Oh dear. Ajayqua with, and a straight red for the corner. Thinking about keeping possession, which he does really well. Here's Greer. Argueta. Nice little layoff right here. Switchbacks looking business. Oh, what a goal. Oh, that was something very, very special. We are at Antietam Stadium on the beautiful grounds of UCI. I'm Nick Webster, joined by Imani Walker. Imani, I spoke to Coach Barry Venison, and he is determined to see We are at Antietam Stadium on the beautiful grounds of UCI. I'm Nick Webster, joined by Imani Walker. Imani, I spoke to Coach Barry Venison, and he is determined to see a more explosive start from the Blues this time around. What do you expect to see?
I expect their whole mentality, attitude to change. They're really going to push, whether it's Trevin Caesar or Joe Bacciello up top, push that Arizona United SC backline back to the top of their box, create a lot of space for Popora, Cretinan, whoever's playing in the middle there to really perform and do what they do, create space, find little nicks and crevices to really, put their balls in and feed people into the box. That allows Mirkovic, allows Griffiths, allows Plonka really to push forward and play in that offensive half. They do that. They put Arizona on the back foot. There's no real coming out of it, especially when you're at home and you're that much on fire. So expect to see that early on and continued throughout the game.
We are expecting an explosive start here. It's the OC Blues taking on Arizona United SC. Make sure you stick around. Kickoff is coming up, plus an exclusive interview with Christopher Chino Santana. Welcome back to USL Soccer. I am Nick Webster, joined by Christopher Chino Santana. Chris, I know you've been out for 3 months, the fifth metatarsal. Tell us how the injury's progressing and when can we expect to see you back?
I'm feeling good. I've been out for almost 3 months now. I see the doctor actually this week coming up, and I'm hoping to get back in training and see the field in the next couple weeks.
What training do you think you're going to have to do to get yourself in full match fitness?
Just fitness. Touching the ball a lot. Right now, basically all I've been doing is, hitting the gym, doing some bike, cardio, swimming a lot. But get back in training and just touch the ball as much as possible. And I hope I get my rhythm back and be back on the field soon.
How frustrating has it been having to sit on the sidelines and watch your team?
Oh, it's painful, especially when we lose a little bit more. But we've had this nice little run, and hopefully tonight we can get back on that W column.
And what are your hopes for the season as a whole?
Ultimately win the USL Championship like anybody else on our team wants to, and I'm hoping to get back and help our team get there. And I'm hoping the next couple of weeks I'll be back on the field.
Make sure you stick around. We will be back. It is the OC Blues taking on Arizona United SC. And at halftime, we got a big interview with one of Chino's teammates, Andre Campbell. I'm Nick Webster. This is USL Soccer. We'll be right back. Welcome to Antietam Stadium on the grounds of UCI Irvine. I am Nick Webster. You can find me at Nick Webster on Twitter. I'm joined by Amani Walker. Amani, last your Twitter handle.
Moneyman16. That's Moneyman16.
It is the Orange County Blues FC taking on Arizona United SC. Gorgeous night here in Irvine. What can we expect tonight?
I think we can expect a bloodbath to a certain extent. Both of these teams have done well and done poorly this year. They've had a very up and down roller coaster type of year. The Blues coming off of 4 games unbeaten and get beaten pretty handily here, 3-0 to Colorado Switchbacks last game. And Arizona, exact same. They've won 1 in their last 6, but they've gone their last 3 unbeaten. They're going to come out and prove that something to the Western Conference in themselves, and both the teams are going to come out with a fighting mentality from the first minute to the 90th.
Talking to Barry Venison this week, he was telling me that he expects his team to really stamp their authority in the game in the first 10-15 minutes. They didn't do that against Colorado. Why are they going to do it tonight?
Well, it hurt them against Colorado. They came out a little bit more passive, knowing Colorado had played so many games in so many days on their West Coast road trip, and the Blues really thought that they could come out and boss the game from the start without really putting in that extra effort. Now, it was a mental mistake from their goalkeeper that put them down 1-0 in the first 9-10 minutes. But after that, they played well, but they didn't really attack the game like they should, and it cost them again in the second half, or first half. Second goal goes in, and they're always playing catch-up from there.
When we look at the standings, we see the LA Galaxy are beginning to run away with it a little bit. The Blues, 10 points from their 6 games. Arizona, 8 points from the 7 games. They played a game more. All of a sudden, this game is massive.
Huge. You thought the game last week was massive against Colorado, 3rd and the 4th place team in the Western Conference. Now you're getting even more. You're trying to keep pushing, keep hold of LA Galaxy, Vancouver, of Colorado ahead of you.
Here's the starting 11 for Arizona United. Any names that really stand out that we need to be aware of?
Long Tan has been in the league for a long time, no pun intended. But he is so dangerous up top, can do so much. Blair Gavin is such a rock in the midfield. And Tyler Blockwood scored a couple games ago. I expect him to, score sheet again.
Here's your lineup for the OC Blues. A couple of changes by Barry Venison. Griffiths coming in, as well as Cortez and Stefanovic.
Yeah, I think, Stefanovic, Baciello, they've played, they haven't played. Stefanovic hasn't played in a couple games now. Brendan Griffiths coming in from Purdy, who's been a mainstay in that back line for so long. So expect some changes there, him working with Plunka. But I think it's still a strong lineup, and they'll do well.
Brandon Miller still the undisputed number 1 despite his mistake last weekend against the Colorado Silverbacks. Obviously for Brandon Miller, goalkeeping so much about confidence. Where's his mind right now?
I think he really has to put that whole last game behind him. Coming off goalkeeper of the year in 2015, so many shutouts, and so many shutouts in a row before that last game. I don't think that last game will bother him as much as, it would other goalkeepers that didn't have his track record, his resume. So I think he's forgotten about it already. He wants to come out, put a strong performance here for his team, and really get the win, get a shutout first and foremost.
We are going to lay out for our national anthem. We'll come back as soon as it's finished. Beautifully done, and we've got a nice crowd on hand tonight. Plenty of Blues fans in attendance, and looks like 50 or so Arizona fans have made their way across the desert to join us here at Antietam Stadium. So they will bring a vocal support. The Blues in the blue and white shirts, blue shorts, blue stockings. Arizona United in the white shirts, the red shorts and red stockings themselves. And as you mentioned, just one win in their last 6. They're coached by Frank Yallop, and Frank Yallop, really one of the legendary figures in US soccer, 2-time MLS Coach of the Year, 2-time MLS Cup winner. What does Frank bring to this USL League?
I think besides just the wealth of experience, I think he just brings knowledge and kind of a stature to the league, really, to show that coaches that have done so well, not only in the U.S. but nationally, international, everything, bringing players in from, all over different parts of the globe. It's attracting players now to the USL to come and play and show this league is about not only development but really succeeding and performing at a high level, and he's going to have high expectation from these boys, just like he would his MLS sides that have won the whole thing.
And it's nice right now we can see Barry Venison, who played for Sunderland, Liverpool and Newcastle, chatting with Frank Yallop, who had a long storied career with Ipswich Town.
Yeah, it's when you're from around the same area, you can have some old stories, old people, but both of those two coaches are so experienced and have so much to give to this game here in the USL. I'm just happy, no matter what team you're looking at, that they're both here, sharing their experiences with all these boys.
Something makes me think that they might have kicked each other a couple of times in their playing careers.
Maybe once or twice.
I think a great relationship here, and definitely they'll have their two sides really fired up tonight. Big game for both these clubs. It's all about making a statement right now for the Blues. Can they recover from that 3-0 trouncing last week? Will they come back? Will they come out strong? And for Arizona United, can they find 3 points on the road? Because we know that traveling in the USL is just brutal.
Yeah, it's very difficult. You have a long 4-hour, 5-hour bus ride from Scottsdale, from Phoenix.
No charter jet for these boys?
No, not quite. Not yet. Soon enough, give it another 3 years. Long bus ride, you want to stretch your legs, hotel. You're leaving the hotel late, may get to the game late. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Travel's never easy, no matter what profession you're in. And now you got to go run for 90 minutes. It's even more difficult.
Blues will kick off. They will kick from left to right. Our referee is Rami Toucham, and he'll be hoping for a quiet game. Best referees are seen but not heard, right?
That is very true. That is the truest statement I think I've heard all day.
We'll be looking for a very strong start, though, from the Blues. Barry Venison really impressed to me the importance of the first opening 5-10 minutes, where he wants his team to really start dominating, push the tempo. And already, big mistake right there. And a chance for Arizona United through Blackwood. But he's closed under pressure from Griffith, and here go the Blues. Baciello looking to put pressure. Nice ball played down the channel, though. Baciello all over the number 2, Ozo. Little scrap there in the midfield, but coming away with it is Ortega. And that ball will disappear over the fence.
Already you saw, how much pressure they're putting on these back lines, these center defenders. Expect that not to change for the next 10 minutes as both teams suss each other out, try to earn their way in.
Here's McCracken. Cool as you like inside to Plunker. And here's a touch for Brandon Miller, the first back pass of the game. He deals with it very well, though. Big long clearance. Super header, though, from Arizona United's Julian Rinkoff. German ball defender. Spent some time in San Diego, now at Arizona. He'll go long. McCracken, easy for McCracken, and now a chance for the Blues to break down that right-hand side. Well across, though, from, looked like Blair Glavin. Excuse me, that's number 6 right there, Miguel Tim. South African from Durban. Griffiths, well intercepted, read that well. And surely that's a foul right there. Referee comes across. Matthew Silva with the infringement. McCracken will take the resulting free kick. Ortega looking short, doesn't want it. They're going to leave it for Griffiths. Makes me think he'll be looking for Baciello. Griffiths, big ball, all the way across. Boparo, the intended recipient, but knocked out of play by the right back, Peter Kelly. Bopara trying to get on the end of that throw from Mius. Griffiths, he's got time. Nicely done, under pressure. Plays it inside to Plunka. Plunka back to Brandon Miller. Here's Gavin. Mius picks it up. Plunka back to Miller again. Miller already looking a lot more assured in his control, technique. Griffiths trying to squirt it down the right-hand side. McCracken's pushed up. Big clearance from Ozo. Here's McCracken. Went inside looking for Mirkovic, couldn't find him. Griffiths. Blackwood supplying the pressure, and it's good pressure from Blackwood.
Yeah, you can tell he really wants to work tonight and get after that back line, try to force a mistake like Griffiths had in the first 15 seconds of this game, excuse me.
Ortega to McCracken. McCracken put under pressure straight away, and that's good stuff from Arizona United, not letting the Blues settle on the ball, forcing the mistake. Tim losing out. Here's Bopara. Gavin snapping at his heels straight away though. Miller comes for it and settles it down. Here's Plunka. Going long. Baciello trying to flick it on, but Ringhoff was there. Mirkovic didn't like that challenge. Looking around, wondering why no referee whistle was heard. Kredan, Blues' most creative player. Lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Stefanovic couldn't keep it in play though. So important that Didier Gretanen gets on the ball, starts spraying it around and dictating the pace of this game.
Yeah, he really can tear a center of a midfield apart, and with Tim, with Gavin in there, as soon as he starts finding those space in between them, he can cause real havoc for them, linking up with Popora and Cortez.
Here come Arizona. Griffiths across. Does the sensible thing, knocks it out, gives the Blues times to get back, reorganize, get set. Look at the runners. Luke Rooney showing, no relation to Wayne. He is from England though, is Luke Rooney, well travelled, played for 10 clubs in his career. Here is Rooney. Hughes can't get there. Griffiths to Miller. Just for a second, looked a bit dicey, but Miller read it well. And he'll play it out to Griffiths. Back to Brandon Miller. He'll go long. Flicked on. Kretanen trying to hook it on himself. Ringhoff clears it. And Luke Rooney late coming back out. Couldn't chase it, otherwise he'd have been called offside. Here's Mirkovic in space. He's going to take the space. Kretanen. He's got Mius open on the left-hand side. Nice turn by Bopara. Bopara driving forward with the shot. Oh, he's in the post. Oh, and it hits the keeper in the head. Karl Wansinski. Oh, that was really unlucky from the Blues. Great pickup. Superb drive forward. Saw the space, took the shot on, hits the post, and it rebounds and hits the keeper in the head.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Vincent wanted. Get the ball through the playmakers. Cretinan, Popera hits the shot off the post, out for a corner, see what they can do for this.
Cretinan, in swinger, it's a good one. Oof. Coming at that far post was number 20, and he couldn't get there. Sorry, number 24. Sorry, number 20, you are right. Ariel Cortez, any touch would have found its way in the back of the net, but good explosive start from the Blues. Plunker. Vital touch. McCracken just trying to help it on. Bacciello, he's offside. But really great drive forward, super strike. And I mean, how many times have you seen it hit the post, hit the keeper in the back of the head, and then roll over the line? And
go straight in, and just on the opposite side, lucky enough for Wazinski, but you know, I started all from the back line, all from Miller, playing it into Mirkovic, playing it all the way through his midfield. That's what the Blues need. They need a full, complete performance from everybody, starting from back to front, and that play epitomized that perfectly.
Longtan trying to get involved. Here's Kelly, put under pressure. Throw goes the OC Blues way. Bopara takes it very quickly. Bacciello trying to win the header. There's Cretinan. Bacciello! Ooh, I like the idea from Bacciello. Kind of saw the keeper off his line and thought, you know what? I'm going to try my luck.
Yeah, a bit ambitious, but why not? Why not? Wazinski's only 6'7". You know, maybe he can get it over him, you know, if he stands out too much. But, you know, it's good for Bacciello. Just kind of get his feet underneath him, shot on target. And Wazinski gives the ball right back.
Muse put under pressure from Longtan. Here's Cretinan. Does it just roll across his body, buys him a little bit of space. Griffiths out wide to McCracken. Mirkovic. Plunker. Looking long down that right-hand side for Stefanovic. Big whack clear from Arizona United, but only picked up by Cortez. And I like the idea from Cortez to spray it out wide straight away. And you can already see Barry Venison. He's off his bench. He's into the game.
Yeah, this is a big one for the rest of the season, you know, setting a standard. And it's good. Cortez needs to get on the ball a little bit more, find those balls out to Stefanovic and out here to Popora. But that's what you want from your wide midfielders. Get wide and high, push on the outside backs, try to get forward, whip crosses in.
See Didier Cretinan being really busy in the opening game. He really wants the ball. Anytime there's a set piece, a throw in, he's making room for himself to try and receive it.
Yeah, well, you want his type of caliber player on the ball as much as possible. And the great thing is, he wants to be on top of the ball as much as possible. Find players. He told me once he'd rather be the assist man than the goal scorer. And you can see it clearly in the way he plays.
Here's Mayus. Put under pressure straight away by Longtan, but it bounces nicely for Mirkovic. Popara to Griffith. Sprays it beautifully out. Oh, just a little bit too much on it. It was a good idea, but then you can see Cretinan going, hey, why didn't you just play it inside to me?
Screaming, that's the safe ball, obviously. Britain's looking for that hero one a little bit. Brilliant if it comes off, but you know, now you've lost possession. Not too bad, though, because Arizona has 80 yards to go down the field after throwing.
Ten minutes in. OC Blues 0. Arizona United 0, but Blues have hit the post through Bopara. Long ball over the top, looking for Blackwood. Dealt with well by McCracken. Plunker cleans up. Stefanovic, nice skill by Stefanovic. Buys him a little bit of time. Mirkovic, nicely done by Mirkovic, just taking the air out the game a little bit. Mayus.
That's a good defender's foul.
Yeah.
Right there. That's a good defender's foul. Cover the ball ride the challenge, get something out of it.
His touch wasn't the best, put himself a little bit under pressure, but here's Mirkovic looking for the ball. Already looking so much more lively than he was last week against the Switchbacks.
Yeah, he's been able to find himself on top of the ball a little bit more. You know, the Blues found themselves as Popper plays this ball into Muse, and they get the foul for it.
Yeah, they do get the foul.
You see Mirkovic always getting on top of the ball because he's able to. They're not playing on the back foot as much as they were, especially in the second half of that Colorado game. But as he gets to push forward, that means everybody gets to push forward and find their little pockets of space.
Didier Cretinan coming across. Coach Venison loves different kind of set pieces. This game brought to you by Nike.com/soccer. Nike's a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. In comes the cross. Nice, easy one for Wasinski. Nike.com/soccer, such a integral part of USL Soccer. We are proud to have you as our sponsor. Here's Long Tan, the first Chinese player to ever play in MLS.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
For DC United.
Well, he's a good player. Like I said, he's been around the league and the USL and the US, not just the USL, for a long time. Scored a lot of goals. And he's such a good player, such a smart player. Understands, you know, his body and how to function. Turns so well. As he gets scrapped in there with Mirkovic and ball goes out for a throw-in. But such a hard person to play against because you never know which way he's going to turn, which runs he's going to make. Just very brilliant, very smart, fun to watch.
I think you can see the OC Blues double-teamed Tan immediately. Mirkovic came across to give Muse some help. Kelly can't keep it in. Ariel Cortez certainly gives a big, strong presence in that midfield area.
Yes.
Muse looking for Cortez. Here he is. Nice touch back to the left back. Options, and he picks the right one to Griffiths. Switches the play around. Griffiths going for the idea was there. Let's give him that. Bit too much on that ball and allows the visitors Arizona United to break. Long ball over the top. Should be easy for Brandon Miller. Trouble for Arizona has been lack of goals. Only 4 scored in league play to date. Long Tan battling away with Mirkovic. Mirkovic showing good strength there though. Griffiths inside to Cretinan. Uses the right foot. Turns nicely. Options available. A lot of energy shown right there from Cortez to put pressure, and it works. Cretinan picks it up again. Here's Bopara. Nicely dinked over the top by Bopara. Stefanovic into Bacciello. McCracken! And already the OC Blues showing a lot of invention. Nice build-up play. Quite intricate around the top of the 18.
Yeah, Bacciello was the one to put the pressure on here onto Kelly on the right back. Finds the ball again. Popora plays a brilliant little touch pass over to Stefanovic. Couldn't quite find Bacciello quick enough. Bacciello couldn't get the ball underneath his feet for the finish, but you know, again, another promising run, another promising ball for the Blues. They just can't quite put the finish on it.
Mirkovic going to ground, trying to win that ball, couldn't. A chance for Arizona United, but already the pressure telling straight away, and surely that's a foul. Referee Rami Touchon wanting to see how the play developed, but had to give that to the Blues. And already the Blues in midfield look so much hungrier around the ball.
Yeah, it's such a difference from last week when you're a goal down and you don't really feel it as much, but this week it's a great response. I'm sure Vincent and Visa over there are feeling great about what they see from the Blues right now.
Blackwood, and that's some great marking from Griffiths, putting Blackwood under pressure and forcing the mistake. Once again, the Blues with the chance to build through Cortez. Mirkovic, Cretinan. Back inside to Mirkovic, doesn't come off. Gavin intercepts. Rooney. Here go the visitors. McCracken, well read by McCracken, back to Brandon Miller, who does the right thing. Knocks it out. Lots of applause from the Blues bench. There's Luke Rooney on the ball. Longtan trying to control. Blair Gavin played for the Atlanta Silverbacks. And here's Gavin again, trying to slot it through to Blackwood. Plunker read it well. And Plunker will just knock it out and give the Blues a chance to organize once again. The referee not happy with where Arizona were looking to take that. Kelly with a long throw, looking for the flick on perhaps. Gavin. Muse will just hook it clear.
This is where the Blues just have to sustain a bit of pressure.
Here's Gavin. And it bounces out of play, and well done by Cortez, who's been really lively.
Yeah, he finds himself all over the pitch, doesn't he? All across midfield. Getting a bit of piece of everything, whether it's defensively or offensively.
Showing again. Mirkovic. I don't think Mirkovic was too keen on that throw, the way it came to him. Kelly will look for the long throw again. Blackwood will be a target. Rooney showing. Longtan. Cleared by Plonka. Mirkovic. Bopara losing out though. Flick back to Rooney. There's Blackwood. Griffiths gives it a good solid whack clear. Kelly to Gavin. Flicked across. McCracken. And there's Stefanovic. Perhaps some room, no. Couldn't beat Nick Costa. Excuse me, Mateus Silva. And a set piece opportunity coming up for Arizona United. Rooney will take it. USLsoccer.com, another of our proud sponsors. Delighted to have them represent the league tonight. USLsoccer.com, fantastic website, standings, scores, and of course, this fine production. Brandon Miller looking to get the Blues attack going quickly. It's played back to Mirkovic. Cortez is available. Bopara wants it. Muse making a storming run down that left-hand side. Goes back inside to Bopara. Space on the right-hand side. Stefanovic is there, so is McCracken. Here is McCracken. Kretinan with space to operate. Mirkovic. Muse still nice and wide on that left-hand side. Good patient build up here from the Blues. Plunker. Out to Muse. Muse down that left-hand side, and Longtan just sticks out one of his long legs and takes down the Blues left back. And definitely a good opportunity right now for the Blues to swing this ball into the box, look for the likes of Baciello, Cortez. We've seen how dangerous they are on set pieces.
You said it was great patience. They had an opportunity to go forward about 2 or 3 times. And Popora, Kretinan, Cortez, they all waited. Now they have a great free kick.
Kretinan doesn't beat the first defender though. That's disappointing. Here's Longtan. Very dangerous player if he gets in some space. Oh, but that's great covering from Muse. And then a little shove to finish it off. Mirkovic.
Good defender.
Muse, yeah, this was nice from the Blues. And Muse has got some space. Kretinan wants it. Muse is going to go and switch the play to Stefanovic. Lovely raking 60-yard ball. Stefanovic cutting inside. Here goes Stefanovic. Quick feet with the shot. Oh, good block right there from Uzo, but still not cleared yet. Kretinan bouncing around. Muse will pick it up. Mirkovic. Blair Gavin. And maybe a chance now. It's a 3-on-2 for Arizona United. Rooney with a super ball to the left-hand side. Blackwood showing in the middle. Here's Rooney. Cut inside, good tackle by Griffiths. This game is back and forth right now. Space, long ball, Baciello going up against Ozo, who did very, very well. Good little period of play though from both teams. Here's Blackwood facing up Griffiths, who gets a nice little toe in there just at the right time. Gavin to Kelly. Blair Gavin, you don't want to give him space and time on the ball. Kind of player can hurt you with one pass.
Arizona's just so static now. You know, every time Blair or Timms, Uzo now has the ball, they're just seeing standing feet. Nobody's moving, nobody's opening up, and when you're a Blues defender, that's easy pickings all day.
Cretanan looking for Baciello, can't find him. And a chance for Arizona through Ringhoff, and now Blair Gavin to start building again. Blackwood, one-on-one against Plunker. Blackwood looking for something special. Double teamed right now. Plunker comes across, Muse is there. It's great defending from the Blues. And surely a foul, yep. I mean, Blackwood got himself in a great situation against Plunker one-on-one. Yeah. Couldn't make the move, and then we saw Muse really get close to Plunker straight away.
It was perfect defending, tandem defending for the two of them. You know, Plunker is always going to have trouble with Blackwood's speed. So the more that Muse can help, the more that Griffiths can help. But if I'm Blackwood in that situation, I give the ball in the corner, face him up, take him on, or keep possession. You can't keep playing with it until you get double teamed and lose the ball.
Halfway through the first half, your thoughts on how it's going?
Yeah, I think the Blues obviously have the lion's share of possession and really the better of the two opportunities. But that's not to say that Arizona hasn't had their fair share of kind of scary moments for the Blues. Arizona's a little bit more dynamic in their attack, and I think they give the Blues a lot more problems. Popora goes up.
Looks like Kelly not particularly happy with Bopara's challenge. The long ball, certainly looking for Bopara. He was caught offside by the assistant referee. But Kelly really not happy with that challenge.
No, I don't think Popara really was going in there rashly. I think he was just going up to try and win the ball. Kelly thought that was an elbow to the back of his head. I don't really see much in that.
See Blair Gavin coming across as the peacemaker. Such an experienced player, great captain for Arizona. Sure, Frank Yallop trusts his captain implicitly. Barsinski going long for Long Tan. There's Rooney. Gavin. Tan. Stood up by Plunker.
Great ball.
Blair Gavin with time, with space. That's a super looking cross. Rooney. Arizona looking dangerous. Tan. Tan did so well there.
Yeah,
oh, this is nice play. Gavin with time and space. Whips it in, and Kelly was there. And that's the most dangerous Arizona have looked tonight, but the key players, Blair Gavin, Tan, all involved.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as they have a little bit of movement, that's when they're going to start to give the Blues trouble, and that's what happened. Blair Gavin finds himself here on the right-hand side. Long Tan pushes in. They start playing and passing. The Blues lose track of runners, and they get two decent crosses in. Blackwood just missed with the volley. Rooney plays it back out. Kelly just puts it over the bar, but it's very good play from Arizona.
Baciello with a little shove, seemed to get away with it. Rooney trying to flick it on. Cortez picks it up. McCracken. Baciello offside as Uzo comes across to cover. Here's Ringhoff. Has Kelly available. Decides to go long though. And Bopara can't control. Ringhoff. Tan. Flick inside for Rooney or Blackwood. Bounces too high. Griffiths. Oh, and Griffiths has taken an extra touch right there, and Blair Gavin was onto it straight away.
Yeah, got away with it a little bit there.
Here's Merkovic. No, couldn't play it back. Blackwood cut off the back pass really nicely. McCracken. Gavin finds Plunker, but Gavin picks up Plunker's ball and he'll dink one over the top. Blackwood was offside, so Tan went for it. All of a sudden, it's got a little scrappy from the Blues. Well won by Arizona. Here's Rooney, still Rooney, no foul. Baciello surely pushed in the back by Uzu, not called by the referee. And it's hooked forward again. Rooney looking for the flick. Griffiths, touched by Stefanovic. Cretinan was there, but can't get it.
The Blues are going to have to find success. You know, Uzu's really dropping off deep. So Baciello checks, acts like he's going to go, comes back, gets it to his feet, brings his midfielders into play. I think they'll be able to relieve a lot of that pressure. But for right now, the longer they go, just over the top, they're never going to really relieve that pressure with Uzu doing so well.
Here's Kelly. Gavin available. Looking for Tan, doesn't find him. Muse picks it up and he's got some space. Can he take it? Pushing forward. Cretinan. Time to turn. McCracken pushing on, overlapping Stefanovic. Here is McCracken. Uzu comes across. McCracken, low ball! Baciello! And for a second there, it looked like it was going to open up for the Blues, but that was nice play. Great overlap by McCracken.
Great. It was. I mean, that's exactly what you need from your outside back, especially when you want him to get up that high and hold possession. And it was a great ball in. Baciello does the right thing, gets across the front post, doesn't quite get the Cruyff in, but it's promising. They've relieved that pressure. They're back on that front foot.
Stefanovic back to McCracken, but a poor touch by McCracken allows Rooney to bring the ball away. There's Tan. Cheeky ball for Blackwood. Oh, Griffiths. He really leapt superbly there. Another inch, and that ball would have dropped for Blackwood. But great defending from Griffiths.
Inch perfect.
Bopara. Good quick feet by Bopara. Takes it back off Mirkovic. Cretinan wants it. Cretinan gets it. McCracken. Mirkovic showing. Baciello. Nice little touch there. And Wazinski will just launch it into the Irving night sky. Finds Blackwood really well though. And his header back to Kelly. Nicely done. And it's like our first yellow card of the evening to Bopara. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Imani Walker, that might be retribution for the challenge about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the referee did point to the edge of the corner of the 18 as a reminder, say, hey, this is not just for this one. But remember that time where you try to get up over Kelly? I'm booking you for both. So he goes in the book. He's a smart player. I don't expect him to go back into the book. You don't want to have a commentator's curse here. But he's a smart player, and he'll recognize that for the rest of the game.
What's it with these referees and their long memories,
yeah,
huh?
It's just ridiculous, really.
Ringhoff.
Says the former referee.
Looking for Tan. McCracken. Cretinan. Like the idea from Cretinan. Here's a nice little battle. Baciello against Uzo. Uzo wins it that time. But you can see Cretinan wants to release straight away, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants to get in behind. He wants to cause problems for that back line. And as you're attacking midfielder, your playmaker, that's really what you want to do.
Here's Plunker. Hughes. Cretinan. Stefanovic. Great run by Stefanovic. First time ball in. It's bouncing around.
Great touch by Kelly.
Yep. We saw last week the Blues get punished by letting balls bounce. Griffiths comes across against Blackwood. Muse. Milkovic. Cortez. Time to turn. Cretinan wants it. Cortez and Cretinan getting their wires crossed right there.
Yeah.
Griffiths finds Cretinan. Now he has time to turn. Muse is wide open on the left-hand side. Beautifully threaded through. What can Muse deliver? He's one-on-one against Kelly. Muse inside. Oh, Baciello was there, and that looked like a good opportunity. All of a sudden, the big centre forward had bought himself maybe a yard of space.
Yeah, that's, you know, any kids watching, really, all you have to do sometimes is take a step backwards and you create 5 yards of space as Uzo. All the center backs are going towards their goal. You just take that step back, wait for that cutback. You know, he wants to do better there, obviously, with his left foot, but such a good idea. Great ball to Cretinan. Great 1v1 by Muse, but again, the finish is just lacking for the Blues.
Merkovic. Ringhoff for Arizona. Rooney can't control. Plunker picks up. Cretinan. Not the best of control from Didier Cretinan, who loses out. Rooney spreads it out wide. Griffiths to Cortez. Oh, unlucky from Cortez. Baciello's across against Uzo. Cretinan picks it up. Stefanovic is there. There's Cortez. Can Baciello bring it down? Yeah, it was a tricky one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just bouncing in front of him awkwardly.
Could see the idea. It was one of those where you touch it first time and you're off to the races,
Yeah,
right?
he just wanted to catch it on the half volley, really, and just push it for him into his own stride, but didn't quite catch it. No harm done, though. Throwing really deep into Arizona's half.
Here's Merkovic, and great use of the body there from Merkovic against Blair Gavin.
Yeah, he's done that quite time and time again tonight, and I mean, that's a smart play, knowing his body, knowing the game.
Kelly to Tan. Long Tan and Mayus battling away, and Mayus doing really well. That's some good defending right there. And here's Merkovic looking for some help. Gives it to Cretinan, who finds Griffiths. To Merkovic. Nice little triangles there from the Blues. Baciello showing. Back to Merkovic. Once again, the Blues showing good patience. Merkovic looking for runners. Cretinan, they're keeping the ball nicely. McCracken's open on the right-hand side. That's where the ball goes. McCracken back to Griffiths. No need to hurry right here. Griffiths taking the space forward. Then he goes long. Maybe not the best of decisions.
Yeah, he was looking for Popera there. There wasn't much room in behind, maybe 10, 15 yards before Wasinski in his box. But, you know, the patience was good to start. Now they get the ball back in a dangerous position, and they're off to the races.
Cretinan to Cortez. Griffiths. McCracken. Griffiths now with some space. Nice simple ball to Merkovic, who returns the favour. Now Griffiths looking for some runners. Back to his keeper, Miller. Blackwood supplies some pressure. Now good pressure by Blackwood, forces the mistake from Miller. Arizona will pick up the ball. Really gorgeous evening here. Now the Lions feels drama. There's drama in the air,
Yeah.
Mr. Imani Walker.
There's always drama here
Griffiths.
at Manuda Stadium.
Here's Rooney. Tan out wide on the right-hand side. Mayus comes across to cover. Tan one-on-one. Merkovic comes across to create the double team. Kelly supporting Tan. No foul from the referee. Mayus with the left foot finds Cretinan, and Ringhoff coming across with a robust challenge.
Taking a stumble into the ad boys there on the far side of your screen there.
Merkovic finds Cretinan to Griffiths. Some space now for the Blues centre back. Not the best of ball though. Blackwood. Blackwood plays it out to the left-hand side. Arizona can't keep it though. Cretinan will take it. Bopara.
Great reaction from the Blues there defensively to get, 6, 7 men behind the ball when the ball is given up. Really stop that attack before it starts.
McCracken playing the channel, looking for the run of Stefanovic. 36 minutes in. And social media is such a huge part of the USL. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Vine. You can also find myself at Nick Webster on Twitter and Imani Walker.
Moneyman16, Moneyman16.
Moneyman16. Social media is such a big part of the USL and the OC Blues. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Vine. Blair Gavin searching for Blackwood. Griffiths picks it up though and works its way back to Miller and Plunka. Miller again. Plunka with now time and space. Hughes comes nice wide and left, stretching the field. Griffiths, we've seen his delivery. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not the best, but that's a nice looking ball to Stefanovic. But Stefanovic can't beat his defender, and Arizona United SC pick up the throw. Long throw out. Kretanen. Good quick feet by Kretanen. Needs some help. There's Bopara. Milkovic. Mius. Back to Milkovic. Space open on the right-hand side. Milkovic, though, just plays it back to Plunka. Arizona not really putting too much pressure. Here's Kretanen. There's Rooney biting at the heels of Kretanen. Kretanen with the slide rule ball, looking for Bacciello. Doesn't quite come off, and Blair Gavin will set Arizona on his way. Rooney over the top. Blackwood against Griffiths. Griffiths, just for a second, lost control of that duel.
Yeah, Blackwood just kind of got on the wrong side of him. That Britton was trying to hold him off, but eventually gets it out for a throw-in. But you see the Blues have the ball. They're just lacking in that final pass. I think they need to play it around one or two more times, play it into a striker's feet, play it back out before they go long, because they're not getting through with those through balls in. And Wazinski's just making a meal of him. He's coming out. It's like, rolling catching practice for him so far.
Take note, Ozo has just come 70 yards for this throw-in. I've got to say he's probably the target.
Yeah, but still poor throws, too high, has to be driven in from that throw, so Miller can't come to it. Uzo has a long run back for almost nothing.
Yep. Probably not very happy.
No, I wouldn't be.
Plunka. Rius. Cortez. Opara under pressure. Finds Kretanen. Here's Mirkovic. Nice little triangle play from Mirkovic to Kretanen. This is nice from the Blues. Kretanen. He's got Mius. First time ball. Played in. Ringhoff does well. But that was decent build-up play again by the Blues.
So much better there, playing into striker's feet and back out. They did it twice, and then they find themselves in the cross. You can't just play it once and try to expect a through ball in when everybody's already dropped back so far. Collapse the defense centrally, play it wide, get across.
Blair Gavin will find Tim. To Silva. Uzo. Not the best of balls by Uzo, and Mirkovic picks it up, and now Stefanovic comes inside. Cheeky little ball. Bacciello tried to get there but couldn't. Oh, sorry, excuse me, that was Cortez. Tim. Blackwood. Rooney making the third man run. Griffiths getting, I think that was a pretty vital touch, actually.
Yeah, just a little head back to Miller so he can pick it up if he chooses or play it out with his feet. It looks like he's going to do here.
5 minutes before halftime. Perfect time to score.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. You saw how devastating it was for the Blues to concede a goal last week with 5 minutes left in the first half. You can, for sure, Coach Wiese and Venison are telling them to do the opposite, get that one up in the last 5 minutes.
Here's Plunka. Cortez. Still Cortez. He's been so active in this first half. Opara. It looks like the Blues are switching positions. That's a lovely ball over the top. Is there something there? Unbelievable for Stefanovic. Out of nothing, he created a chance.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get to that ball to begin with, and then he ends up getting a shot. But great save by Wazinski to his left to keep that ball out, and really not even in play for a rebound. Arizona gets it out and lives to fight another day.
Well, what I was saying is, looks like the Blues midfield, everybody's moving positions. There's no one really set. Cortez, like you say, is all over the field. Mirkovic all of a sudden pinches forward. Kretinan will drop back.
I think, they want Mirkovic to sit, Cortez next to him, but Cortez is so lively that he really gets everywhere. You have Popora and Stefanovic that will run inside as much as they want, and Kretinan almost has free reign to go wherever he wants, like a true number 10.
Paciello putting Ozo under pressure. Here's Tim. Kelly. Gavin. Silva. Losing out to Stefanovic. He plays it quickly to Cortez. Kretinan back to Cortez. Plunka. Here's Mirkovic. Cortez, a little heavy touch and played himself under to a little bit of problems, but Griffiths had dropped off nicely. Griffiths now has time. Slides it into Kretinan. Nice turn by Didier Kretinan. Touch by Paciello. Kretinan looking for the right-hand side. It was closed down, so switches the direction of attack to Mayus. Bopara making a good quality run inside. Not the best of balls by Mayus. Plunka has to be careful. Blackwood sniffing around. Cortez comes back to help. Another heavy touch by Cortez. Doesn't get away with it. Yes, he does get away with it.
It's the epitome of a touch tackle.
Give Cortez a lot of credit there. Didn't give up on it.
Take a touch, have to tackle it back, but he does it twice and wins it, keeps possession for his team. They almost get an opportunity out of it.
McCracken over the top for Didier Kretinan. 1v1. Can't win it though, and Uzo will find Blair Gavin. Kelly. Tan. Can Bopara get there? No, he can't. Kelly with the touch. Rooney beaten out of it. Tim losing out. Here's Stefanovic. Stefanovic driving forward. Great chance now for Didier Kretinan. No, he's hit the post! Twice now the Blues have just been robbed by the woodwork. Great run by Stefanovic.
Oh my goodness, what a great run. Picks that ball up in the center of midfield. Thought he put it just a little bit too hard for Kretinan, but Kretinan slides, it looks like, underneath Wazinski's left side there. Off the post. Blues are robbed twice now in this first half, and I mean, they for sure feel like they should be up at least 2-0.
And Imani, both times the Blues have hit the post, it's been because of a driving run through the heart of midfield to the top of the box.
And, and that's what it is. You're not going to find that ball through when you're getting the slid through. You're going to be the one running at Arizona's back line to create that chance to put them back, push them back until they can't go any further, and then you strike. Just so unlucky for Kretinan there.
45 minutes up on the clock. We are now into additional added time. No word yet. I wouldn't imagine it'd be more than a minute. So this is perhaps the last opportunity of the half for the Blues to get something out of this game. Kretinan will swing it in with that right foot. Everybody up for the Blues. Griffiths is there. It's gone to the far post. It's flicked away by Ringhoff. And that will do it for the first 45 minutes of action. It is the Orange County Blues FC 0, Arizona United SC 0. But it's been a really entertaining first 45 minutes.
Yeah, it really has. Opportunities have come from both sides. The Blues have had the better of the two opportunities, obviously hitting the post twice. But that doesn't mean Arizona wasn't sniffing about, wasn't trying to create their own opportunities from a couple crosses. Blackwood, Long Tan, Blair Gavin, they've all done very well. Luke Rooney to try and create something for Arizona. It's going to be a very, very entertaining second half, just as much so as it was the first.
Yeah, when we think about this time last week, the Blues were 2 goals down and this place was flat. Today, there's a real electricity in the air and you've got to feel like the OZ Blues are going to find the back of the net. We're going to step aside, But when we return, we've got a great interview with Andre Campbell, one of the stars of the OC Blues, currently out injured, but can't wait for him to get back into the action. You are watching USL Soccer. We're coming to you live from Antietam Stadium in Irvine, California.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Irvine Slammers boys 06 goal. And on the other side of the pitch, we would like to welcome Green Tornadoes and Wave Crushers from AYSO Region 85, who are participating in this evening's halftime games.
Skelter in the midfield now as Cochran gives it away. Rio Grande Valley trying to hit them on a counter, and the long-range crack is in! The late magic from the Toros to take a 3-2 lead.
From contention in the playoffs as they were looking for a third championship. That one is in the net. What a shot. And FC Cincinnati has leveled the score. Walker with his first goal of the season.
But here comes Clemente, though, for Sacramento. The ball into the area. Here's Williams, and he's made it 2-0. Nice build up there by Sacramento off the turnover at midfield.
On set pieces as Chad Bond, right foot, it's in! Chad Bond lifts it over the wall, tucks it in near side, and let the celebration go on as St. Louis takes it.
Very likely doing. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, nice skill.
A little bit of skill played into the middle, and it's in the back of the net. Did Greg get a touch on that one? He did. The Whitecaps draw level. Moments after Greg enters the match, and it is Whitecaps FC 2.
Welcome back to USL Soccer, the OC Blues taking on Arizona United SC. I'm joined by the current Blues left back, Andre Campbell. Andre, I know you've been out injured recently. What's the timetable? When are you coming back?
Yeah, as you know, I got injured in the preseason. I kind of snapped the groin bone, and I kept playing on it because it was allowing me to play. I wasn't feeling much pain, but in the game against San Antonio, I kind of re-aggravated the injury, and now the bone is swollen and inflamed. So the timeline is 3 weeks, they say. So I'm already 1 week in, so maybe another 2 weeks, and I should be able to be back out there with the boys.
Andre, you came to California in February of this year from the Wilmington Hammerheads. How's the adjustment period been?
The adjustment period is good for me, I would say. I mean, I'm a type of person who tries to adapt quickly in whatever situation I'm in. So coming over to the West, it's been good so far, even though I haven't been playing much. But I'm strong mentally, so I know how to deal with it. It's nothing I'm not used to, but I'll probably say everything is going fine, other than I'm not being able to help the team as much as I would want to.
Talk to us about the differences between the Eastern and Western Conference quickly.
Being on the East for 2 years and now currently on the West, I mean, to be honest, I think the West is a little bit more competitive. So I'll give the West that edge over the East. I think it's a little bit more competitive.
Andre Campbell, we can't wait to have you back on the sidelines. I'm Nick Webster. Stick around. There is more USL soccer coming right up. It's the OC Blues taking on Arizona United SC. Welcome back to Antietam Stadium. The OC Blues FC 0, Arizona United SC 0. 45 minutes in the books, but the Blues have hit the post twice through Didier Cretinand and our right-sided player Devan Stevanovic. And Stevanovic was desperately unlucky. His shot hitting the post, bouncing back, hits Karl Wazinski on the head, and incredibly rolls out for a corner and not over the goal line for a goal.
Yeah, usually, that's almost like a video game FIFA goal. You expect those things just to roll in. It's so crazy and haphazard. You expect, some kind of crazy music to happen on a YouTube video, that kids watch 10 years from now. But it rolls just out, much to the dismay of obviously the Blues, and just so unlucky, especially, Cretinand's one as well. Such a good play getting in, rolls off the post, right across the 6-yard box, nobody there, 0-0.
The best opportunities have definitely come from when the Blues pick up the ball in midfield, though, and really drive at the heart of Arizona United SC's defense. More of it in the second half?
You would assume so. You would assume so. If you're Coach Vies or Vincent over there, you're telling them, we succeed when we're not trying to play in behind the back. Uzo is doing such a good job of holding Baccello really from going too far. He's dropping off on every long ball early, that you're finding that space when Cretinand, Popora, Stefanovic, Cortez are able to run in at that back line and create, into that space that, Baccello has created. I said that in the beginning of the game, and that was going to be, something that Arizona was going to have to be worried about. The Blues were going to have to exploit. They've done it twice. They've hit the post twice, unlucky not to be 2 goals up. But, all fairness to them, keep trying and really bend it till it breaks.
Looking into your crystal ball, this time last week, Coach Finnison, Coach Vies made 3 subs at the half. Do you expect any changes this time around?
I don't. I don't expect many changes, at that all, probably not until 55th, 60th minute. Because if I'm them, I'm giving them a chance to, create something, to continue on what we've done so well in this first half, build upon that, see if you can't wear down this Arizona defense. You've been out there for 45 minutes. You've figured out the kinks now at halftime. Now go do what we told you. Go do what you guys have seen and talked amongst yourselves at halftime. Well, let's try this better. Let's try this. This is working. This isn't. And, I'm giving you at least, if I'm the coach, 15 more minutes. Go try. If that doesn't work, then we'll switch it up and, bring some more energy on more than anything.
Arizona United, when they have been static, really look devoid of ideas, but then all of a sudden movement starts happening. Blair Gavin gets on the ball, and all of a sudden this team that looks like they don't have a lot going for them are dangerous.
Yeah, and it's all about movement. It's all about being dynamic. When you're on the ball as a center midfielder and you take a touch and look up, that means you're good. You're okay. I'm happy. I know where the ball is. I know where everything is. And now I need somebody to move for me. Somebody make an opportunity for yourself so I can play you in. And half the time, Tim or Gavin, they look up and they don't see any movement ahead of them, out wide, anything. They have to play back or play square or do something, dribble until they find something. As soon as they had a little bit of movement from Long Tan over this side, Tyler Blackwood up top, even Luke Rooney in there, as soon as they got just a little bit of movement, they start to pop it around, created good opportunities for themselves, a few good crosses and set pieces, and then all of a sudden it's a whole different ball game. So the more dynamic they are as a squad up front, the more dangerous they'll be, the more they'll be able to get in behind.
Arizona unbeaten in their last 3 games, but struggling for a win. When does that start to weigh mentally on the players?
I think it's probably starting right now. You're 3 games in, you're on a road trip. You're not really, when you go on road trip, especially in USL, a draw is a good result. You want to win at home, draw away from home. And that's is going to start to, we need a win, we need a win.
Here are your highlights from the first half. You can see Didier Cretinan, and here's Bopara just driving forward. Super shot off the post, and we could see that little deflection there.
Right off of Wazinski there. It's a great shot by Popora, but like you said, driving in. We're driving in into the top of the 18-yard box. And you soon get 25 yards out. That's shooting range for any one of these players. They're so skilled, technical, and have the strength to do it. Arizona needs to be wary of dropping off into their own box.
Arizona, 3 of their next 4 at home. Meanwhile, the Blues, 3 of their next 4 on the road. Let's take a look at another highlight from the first half as the Blues players G each other up. Once again, we can see great pressure. No foul. Merkovic just slots in Cretinan under the keeper. Oh, it's desperately unlucky, really, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you're Bacciello, you're running all the way to that back post. If I'm him, I'm running to the near post just in case anything across that defender. Maybe you get a deflection off that post, but regardless, it's just unlucky. It looked like Wazinski got a little bit of a save there on it, but all credit goes to the Blues attacking from center of midfield, attacking that back line, putting them on that back foot, creating opportunities for themselves.
Beautiful evening here at Antietam Stadium. A little chill in the air, but perfect weather for this beautiful game of ours. OC Blues know that the road awaits them, so 3 points tonight would be absolutely huge. Currently, the Blues with 10 points from 6 games played. Arizona United 8 points from 7 games played. The LA Galaxy 2, topping the Western Conference, so 3 points tonight. Really, really important.
Just important just to keep chase. If anything, if you're not can't pass the leaders, make sure you stay the same amount of points away from them, keep that gap the same, and when you do get your opportunity, you close it.
Arizona United will kick from left to right. And the second half is just about underway here in Irvine, California. 3 points on the line. Who is going to take it? The next 45 minutes should give us a good idea about where the OC Blues are and what they intend to do for the rest of this season. Kelly will find Gavin. Back to Kelly. Pressure. And our referee not happy with the challenge from Kelly. Looks like Bopara and Kelly reuniting again.
Yeah, that's been a fun little matchup for this entire game. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next 20, 30 minutes or so.
Well, Bopara's got to be very careful. He's picked up the yellow card, so as you said, though, he's a very experienced player. Plunker. Gavin losing out to Bopara, but wins the throw. Kelly will take it. Not a great deal of movement from Arizona into Tan. Oh, and that's a nasty tackle right there.
Might be a little payback there.
Yeah, I think so.
Asking questions of the referee here. So why didn't Kelly get one? And I did.
It looked like a pretty robust challenge, though. And I think our referee is going to have words, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not done with them quite yet.
I think that was one more and you're in the book.
I know your guys' history. Better knock it off.
Miller will go long. Baciello, a possible target. There's Stefanovic. Silva wins that battle. McCracken with the pull back twice, 3 times. And McCracken will pick up the yellow card for the foul on Nick Costa. He did have 2 or 3 little nibbles, though.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it was a professional foul. He just didn't want to beat him that easily. Costa did well to bring that ball, and really the strength to keep pushing on, even as McCracken was nipping at his heels there.
Rooney will take the free kick, and Uzo's pushed up. Goes short to Tim. Referee's not happy with it, though. Looks like our referee was going to his pocket and readjusting his pocket.
Yeah, I think he just had to wait for his whistle after the yellow card.
Rooney looking for Ozo and Ringhoff. Ringhoff wins it, but a little too much on that free kick from Rooney. I'm not sure if you can hear the Arizona fans who have made the long journey. About 50 of them, supplying a nice atmosphere here at Antietam Stadium.
Yeah, they haven't stopped playing the drums the entire game, and it just makes you feel so great to have fans like this. You know, especially from Arizona, playing for Arizona. Your fans have traveled, 4.5, 5 hours to come watch you play, and they're singing the whole time. It's just, there's nothing like it.
Silva looking for Blackwood, excuse me. There's Tim to Silva. Back to Tim. Rooney to Gavin. Good build-up play from Arizona. Sprayed out right, surely a handball on Kelly, who just boots the ball away. Surprised the referee hasn't had a word with him about that.
Yeah, turn the blind eye to that one, huh?
Kelly has been on his radar. Miller will go long. Baciello comes across. Nice takedown by Baciello. Wins his side the throw-in. They can take it quickly. Perhaps they can be in business. No. It's dropped off to Demius. Demius looking for runners. Cretanan shows he's available. Put under pressure straight away from Tim, though. Tan finds Tim. Good challenge by Mirkovic. Breaking the play up. Tim battling away, though. Nice ball over the top. Here's Tan. Blackwood. Miller comes. Miller read that well.
Yeah, very good.
Stefanovic. Tim beaten out of it by Bopara. Bopara looking around for the foul. Didn't get it. Cretanan. Oh, and taken out of the play there. And that's surely a yellow card. Yeah. Tim finds his way into the referee's notebook for that challenge on Cretanan.
Kind of lucky not to, other referees might have given severe treatment as Cretanan had turned his back, when Tim was already on the floor, and boys look like they're still arguing.
Yeah, Bopara, I think he's still hot from his yellow card.
Yeah, and Mirkovic is now in there with Griffiths and Cortez trying to play peacemakers, but...
Well, I don't think this helps the Blues getting involved in the other side of the game. Focus on the football, focus on moving the ball around, and this plays really into Arizona. They want to make the game bitty. They want to stop it and start it.
This is the same thing that happened last week. As soon as they start getting in, the extracurriculars, as you said last week, that's when you lose focus on what's most important, and that's putting the ball on the floor and putting the ball in the back of the net. So they need to let this go as quick as they can. Get on with the game. Don't get caught in whatever little chippiness or words that are being said out there. Play their own game, and the rest will come.
Griffiths looking for Stefanovic. Tough one for Stefanovic to deal with there.
Yeah.
Silva will take the throw for Arizona. Little knee there from Stefanovic. Had Costa fearing for his nose for a second. And it's taken quickly. Plunker. Paciello was offside. Uzo perhaps could have left it. Bopara and Kelly. Interesting what these two will get up to next. Bopara slides it back. Mius was there, but he only finds Tim, who finds Rooney. Chance perhaps for Arizona to break. McCracken sticks a hopeful leg out. Rooney wins it. Gavin first time ball to Blackwood. Nice control by Blackwood. Taking on Plonka. And Cortez has tracked back really well, but the ball's found its way to Gavin. Swung across. Blackwood was there. Battling away in the corner. It's McCracken. Stefanovic. And hacked clear. Ringhoff's there. Takes it off the chest. Probably not the best decision as Bacciello wins it. Drives forward. Bacciello. Can he pull it back? Great defending there. But Bacciello's still on the ball. Got time to pick someone out. Cretanen was there. So was Silva. And Bopara tried to bring that one down. Would have taken an exceptional piece of skill. Maybe better laying it off. Here's Long Tan. Tim sprays it wide, looking for Costa. McCracken. Stefanovic. Kelly on the ball will play it back to Wasinski.
It's playing back and forth, opening up of this game really benefits Arizona more so than it does the Blues. You know, Arizona wants to run. They have athletes both on up top and in the back, and they don't mind that. The Blues really need to put the ball on the floor, find little pockets of space like they're doing now to find their success.
Cortez out to Mius. Cortez to Mirkovic. Plonka to Cretanen. Didier Cretanen trying to squeeze it in there to Stefanovic. McCracken was open on that right-hand side. May have been the better option. Uzo. Wasinski. Oh, Wasinski gave Frank Yallop a heart attack there on the sideline. I can see Frank right now. He's got his arms wide open. And I think he's calling for 911.
Yeah, I think he was a little concerned. He's looking at his assistant coaches. He's going off about it. Still, 30 seconds later, there's no foul on Muse there on the near side, but Wazinski needs to be careful because
Kelly finds Tan, and I'm not sure why the foul's going against Mirkovic. Tan actually came sliding in, studs up. He's come off worse.
Looks like he gave a foul way back where Muse looked like he got fouled.
Free kick from Kelly. Plunker wins it well. Bopara. Bopara still driving forward. Can he find Cretanen? He can. Can Didier Cretanen get there? No, he can't. Big, strong challenge. But Stefanovic in space, drives forward into the box, goes far post. Oh! Ooh. And two players crashing into that post there. Bacciello looks like he has come off worse. Super run by Stefanovic, though.
Great run by Stefanovic. Even better by Popora. Nutmegging the man in the middle of the field, finding Cretanen, who rides that tackle. But Stefanovic, I thought he was going to go for goal there. Plays a pretty smart ball across. Bacciello just a little bit late to it. And, he met the post on the other side of that, straight to the rib cage.
Bacciello fully committed to try and get on the end of that cross from Stefanovic. And like you said, I fancied Stefanovic to maybe go low and hard and take the shot on himself, but decided he wanted to be the assist maker.
Yeah, he wanted to create a hero, not be one.
Mirkovic. Here's Griffiths. Cretanen with time to turn. Bacciello, can he get on the end of it? Ringhoff comes across, and Bopara called for the foul. Bopara's going to have to be careful. The referee sees something he doesn't like, and all of a sudden that yellow could become a red. So let's talk about Nike, one of the proud partners of USL. Make sure you follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Fantastic sponsor of USL. Nike.com/soccer. Make sure you go online, pick up all the latest gear, including USL shirts. Plunka finds Tim. Rooney, a little bit of head tennis. Mirkovic. Plunka makes the right decision. Thought he was going to go back to Miller there for just a second, but decided to turn it out. Here's Cortez. Bopara. Storming run from Cortez. Cortez showing great street. Cretinan, surely! Oh, Didier Cretinan has hit the bar! Oh, this is just unbelievable from the OC Blues. They have now hit the woodwork 3 times, and each time the move has come from an electrifying burst down the middle. Cretinan sure to score, hits the bar.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, Nick. I mean, I'm speechless still watching this. Opportunities have come. Now Costa gets in. McCracken clears it wide, but a storming run from Cortez creates all the space, and that's what it's just given this Arizona backline so many problems. Cretinan unlucky twice now, hitting both posts. Popora hitting the other one.
Didier Cretinan must be wondering where his luck is right now. Silva to Tim. Rooney. Rooney, long drive. Oh, and it's there! Out of absolutely nothing. The OC Blues are stunned. They've just hit the bar, the woodwork for the 3rd time in the game. Arizona come forward, and Rooney from 20 yards finds the corner with, let's be honest, a great strike.
Yeah, it was a great strike, great volley. I didn't think the ball was popped up too much for him to actually get a strike on it, but, you know, give up the work rate to Arizona for almost conceding to less than a minute later, scoring the first goal of the match through a great strike by Luke Rooney, as Costa and Tim were all a part of that as the play developed. But if I'm the OC Blues, I can't put my head down. I have to keep going. I have to, keep pushing because, they've almost scored so many times, and Arizona gets their one good opportunity. But Luke Rooney, such a good player, takes it 1-0 down. OC Blues, let's see how they recover.
Substitution coming up is Nick Costa off. Gibson Bardsley on for Arizona, and Trayvon Cesar is making an appearance for the OC Blues. But here's the goal. Tim inside to Rooney, and you can just see it just set up nicely for him, and he really hit it very well.
Yeah, still 23 yards out, and I mean, it's just a great strike. There's nothing more to say about it. Miller couldn't do much upon it.
So it looks like Bopara has come off, and Trayvon Cesar is come onto that left-hand side.
Expect Cesar really to roam centrally with Bocello. That's more of his natural position. That's where he played for the Blues, the past few games, and where he plays for Trinidad and Tobago internationally. So expect him to really be pushing forward as much as he can to test not only Kelly but the entire Arizona back line.
Comes Paciello against Ozo. Ozo showing a great deal of strength. For a big man, he was quicker than he looks.
He's, it's like a freight train. He just gets going. He doesn't stop.
Stefanovic to Mirkovic. Paciello's got one in the face. Great ball across. Oh, what a goal! What a substitution by... No. They have waved it off, and it looked like...
A handball.
Oh.
Called a handball on Trevin Cesar.
And let's see, the goalkeeper's there. He wants the handball. A little bit of confusion right now. I mean, it looked like a fantastic finish. Flying header, but maybe there was a bit of left arm involved.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Mirkovic either way to find Trevin Cesar to make that, great run into the back post.
And it looked like the Blues had got themselves back into the game just a couple of minutes after conceding. Still a lot of arguments going on, and a yellow card for Trevon Caesar.
As soon as he steps onto the field, he receives
first touch of the game.
Yeah, he almost became the hero, and now he gets a yellow card for his troubles. But I mean, it was such a great run, such a great play. I thought he hit it off his hip. Assistant referee has a better angle than us up here in the press box, but handball, it could have changed the game just like that.
Well, the Blues have got 30 minutes now to try and not only get themselves back into the game, but try and find a winner. I mean, how do you think the team's feeling after creating so many chances, hitting the woodwork 3 times, now finding themselves a goal down?
I think they should feel inspired, and Arizona should feel, a little anxious because, as you can see, Blues can get in behind and they can create chances. They've just been unlucky tonight. That shouldn't, really put a damper on what they want to do as Blackwood wins the ball in the corner.
Blackwood finds the sub, Gibson Bardsley.
Former OC Blue player, actually.
A chance for the Blues to clear their heads. Fantastic ball in, though. It really looked like they had equalized right there. The way Trevon Caesar just threw himself at the ball.
I thought it was a goal for sure.
Silva comes off for Arizona, and Daniel Antwater makes an appearance for Arizona United. Looking for Bardsley, doesn't find him. Mius. Blair Gavin. Expect to see a lot of Blair Gavin now in the next 30 minutes as his experience, try and take the air out of the game. Blackwood against Plunker. Blackwood wins it. Still Blackwood. Still Blackwood. Oof. Vital clearance by McCracken. Longtan was just sitting there on his own. And the Blues can't clear. Merkovic.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Caesar.
For Arizona United SC in the 64th minute of play. Number 35.
Big time clearance from McCracken, though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really needed. It was pretty much the most vital touch he's had all game. Because Longtan was sitting there salivating, waiting for that ball to come across from Blackwood.
We would like to thank Merrill Lynch Wealth Management for being an official partner of Orange County Blues FC.
Free kick coming up for Arizona United. Luke Rooney, the goal scorer, is over it. Too far to hit, but Ozo's come for it at that far post and almost won it. A little bit of climbing there on McCracken, and perhaps a chance while Ozo's out of possession if the Blues can hurry it along. Miller does decide to go long. Stefanovic, Ringhoff, towering header by Ringhoff. McCracken, not called for the foul. Merkovic, he can see the run of Caesar. Can't get there, and Gavin will help it on to Rooney. Here's Cortez and Gavin battling away. Cortez will win it. Cretanand, runner, Caesar. Caesar still on the ball, one-on-one, looking for help at the top of the box. And Cortez is down. Here's Caesar. Surely a corner coming up for the Blues. And a goal kick coming up for Arizona United. And Cortez holding his face.
Looks like when he went into that challenge with Gavin, might have been a little head-to-head clash. The trainer comes out, maybe got a cut above the eye.
Well, I'm sure Blair Gavin knows how to handle himself.
Arizona also has a man down in the box as well.
And this is exactly what Arizona wants. Slow the game down, take the air out of it. Any momentum the Blues are generating, they'll have to regenerate.
Yeah.
Chance for Barry Venison to talk to some of his players, though.
Yeah, I think
Stefanovic is going over for a quick chat.
I think it's, if I'm Vice and Venison, I'm telling them more of the same. Keep getting after him. Keep making, long runs in from the back. from the center of midfield, because we can tell that Arizona is having trouble tonight stopping it, handling it. They're dropping way too far, way too deep into their box before they're challenging anything, and we're creating opportunities. And, you know, if I'm Frank Gallup on the other side, I'm telling him to kill the game off as much as we can, get the ball into the channels with Gibson Barsley and Tyler Blackwood, and try to kill the game off that way, keep possession in OC Blues half. But it's going to be a very interesting next 23 minutes here to see how the two teams handle being on one side of the coin or the other.
Parsinski with the restart. Dumps it up to the halfway line, looking for Blackwood. Well won by Mius. Mirkovic and Blackwood. Blackwood getting the flick, but Mirkovic finds the bounce. Griffiths. Back to Miller. Miller to Mirkovic. Coolly done by Miller. Kretanen. Griffiths to Mius. Here's Mius. Kretanen. He's got McCracken available. Nice play by Kretanen. I think he was looking for some runners there, and no one obliged. So here goes Mirkovic. Nice touch. McCracken. Runners inside. Stefanovic, first time laid back on the bounce, just wouldn't go the Blues' way. But nicely done by Stefanovic.
Yeah, greatly done by Stefanovic. You know, just getting that ball in, that late run, McCracken finding them, and just quite wasn't enough to get on it for Bacciello.
Hey, have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USL.com. Come for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. We got stats, we got player bios, we've got highlights, everything you want. USL.com, a proud sponsor of the league and a fantastic website to get all your news, all your USL news. Caesar, Bacciello, miscommunication between the two. Trevon Caesar, desperate to make an impact. Thought he had with his first touch, but his first touch was a handball.
Yeah, it took me in a yellow card, but it's still a great run, still good inspiration, I think, to continue doing the same, and his chances will come.
Seeing a little bit of movement on the Blues bench now, some subs warming up. Maybe time for the coaching staff to make a change. Arizona's fifth goal of the USL season, scored by Luke Rooney. Fantastic right-footed volley. There's Rooney on the ball, knocking it over the top for Bardsley to run onto. There's Mius. Bacciello. Ozo wins it. Mirkovic. Great challenge there from Tim. Really read it very, very well. Griffiths. Time to bring it forward. A little bit too much on that from Griffiths.
Yeah, he needs to find the center midfielder's foot instead of trying to play those balls in. Not much space in behind the center backs there, really for Bacciello to run.
And not really his game either.
Yeah, you know, he's hit a long ball, but you know, you start to run out of room the further up the field you get.
Another bit of head tennis coming up. Let Gavin come bring it down. 20 minutes left in this one. OC Blues, FC 0. Arizona United, SC 1. The Blues, though, have hit the woodwork 3 times this evening. Bopara and Kretanen. And here is Kretanen on the ball, finding Stefanovic. Stefanovic looks really dangerous down that right-hand side. Super ball across. Oh, and Ringhoff was there to clear it away, but Stefanovic, when he makes these runs down the right-hand side, looks absolutely electrifying and at times unstoppable.
Yeah, he's so dangerous when he's getting in. Arizona really has collapsed in centrally and has left him a ton of room out there to run that channel. You know, you would like to see Baciello get across that near post, but he plays that ball right in between the 6-yard box and the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper doesn't know what to do, come out, touches it. Somebody has to be waiting for that rebound.
Here's in swing with the left foot, goes to the far post, headed down. Surely a chance for the Blues now. Can they get a shot on goal? No, they can't. Squirts wide from Mirkovic.
Another
Excuse me,
fantastic cross.
Stefanovic.
Another fantastic cross though from Muse. You know, on the corner we saw last week from him and Cretinan on set pieces, and ball just gets played back across. A smart header from Cortez to play back across, but nobody was on the end of it. At the end, he goes out harmlessly for a goal kick.
No challenge there, too high for Mirkovic. McCracken comes across. Ringhoff put under pressure. Caesar's there. Oh, well played by the goalkeeper though. Wazinski read that really, really well, because for a moment it looked like Trevon Caesar was going to get there.
Yeah, he looked like he was on. Uzo didn't quite see him until too late, but he was able just to nudge him off and let his goalkeeper come and make the clearance.
He was taken down. Time now not on the side of the Blues. Everything's got to be hurried up. Bardsley runs away with the ball. Referee doesn't say anything. Cretinan. Baciello. Caesar. Baciello. Baciello. Oh, the keeper's done really well. Baciello still. Oh, he's hit the post! Unbelievable! I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. The Blues have hit the post for the 4th time this evening. Baciello had done so well. Brings it back to his left foot. Trying to curl it in from an impossible angle, and hits the post.
But it was even better. Little ball slipped into him as all the Arizona defense has just stepped out. Baciello finds his way in. Wazinski pushes him wide, and somehow Baciello keeps the ball in. Like you said, the impossible angle, almost does the impossible, and hits the post, comes out, and Cortez just hits it over the bar. But I don't know if I'm an OC Blues fan. I don't know if I can take much more of this. Is it too much? Too much?
Well, you've got to give Wazinski some credit again. He came out and made it difficult for Baciello. Long hand, and he had to get it exactly right. If he'd missed it and taken Baciello down, clear penalty, and it would have been a red card.
Yeah, for sure. It's such a fine line there when you're a goalkeeper. Wazinski has been on the right side of the line, though, more than once tonight.
Cortez trying to find Cretinan. Ilya Cretinan wins it well. Here's Griffiths. Baciello. Stefanovic is wide on the right. Baciello is going to take it. Stefanovic, first time ball across. Caesar's there at the far post. Brings it back to Cretinan. Deflected out for a corner. And the Blues really pushing right now. You've got to give this team so much credit. They are not giving it up. They keep on going forward, keep on believing.
Stefanovic is just so dangerous on this right-hand side. Putting in cross after cross after cross, and always in the right position, always with the right pace. Caesar just couldn't quite keep it in, and Cretinan just goes wide.
Cretinan with the corner, Blackwood back defending. So it's nice when his centre forward comes back, defends, and then wins the ball as well.
I had to do that once or twice in my career.
Trevon Caesar looks like he's taken maybe a blow to the chest.
I think it might be Brenton Griffiths there.
Oh, excuse me, there you're right. Brenton Griffiths is looking at the linesman saying, "Did you see the elbow?" He's not happy.
No, he's not. He's still letting the assistant referee know. I got hit in the top of the box. We need to see that one next time.
Now our referee. Interesting. Got hold of the ball. Now gives it back to Brandon Miller. Almost 76 minutes in. Now you can see the fans who have made their way from Arizona to support their team, and give them some credit. They've made noise the entire game, and they've been rewarded by Luke Rooney's goal. Here goes Blackwood against Plumka. Oh, that one looked dangerously close to the top of the box there as Brandon Miller went down with his hands. Maybe better off there, just try and whack that one away. There's Cortez, Kretanand, Stefanovic with his pace. Just lost control of it there for a second. Uzo picks it up. Here's Kretanand. Mirkovic. Space out on the left if he can switch it. Plunker. Bacciello showing, allowing space for Caesar to maybe slot in there. And here is Caesar. Still Caesar. Still Caesar. Oh, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Uzo did so well to recover there as Caesar's making his way across the back line. Uzo never gives up, never stops. Right before Caesar's about to pull the trigger, steps in, gets a corner out of it, but at least Caesar doesn't get that shot on goal.
Like there was 2 or 3 opportunities where you were saying, shoot it, shoot
Yeah,
it, shoot it. And
soon as he pushed it past Uzo, Uzo's off balance. That's the time to strike. I don't care if Wazinski's 6'7".
he was far post. Got to be a goal. It is a goal! Finally! The Blues have found the back of the net. Superb corner to the far post. And Bacciello rewarded for all his hard work. And to be fair to the Blues, they absolutely deserve this goal. They've been knocking on the door all night. And incredibly, after all their fantastic play, driving forward, creating opportunities, it comes from a set piece.
And really, though, set pieces win and lose games. And I've said it since I've started, working here for the Blues. And for these games, set pieces wins and loses games. Bacciello did so well to kid himself on the far post. Just found, another opportunity on the far post on the last corner from Muse. This time, times his run just a little bit better. Is able to volley it just in the back of the net. Tim on the post, can't do anything about it, but cleared into the roof. 1-1 Blues, and now it's a whole different ball game. The fans here are energetic, excited, and you can feel that kind of atmosphere trickle down onto the field. The Blues think they can go on these next 10, 12 minutes and win the game.
Super delivery from Mius, and like you say, Bacciello had found that little seam at the far post. And I was speaking to Coach Venison earlier this week about his set pieces, and he has so many different routines, and that one to the far post, definitely one of his favorites.
Yeah, he just, it creates so much havoc because it's a ball that can now go onto target or come back across the goal and create some, as Didier Kretanand finds himself just a little bit offside. Come back across the goal, where now the defenders are going to have to defend almost from 2 sides. So tough to deal with. But all credit Bacciello for being able to put that volley into the ground and on target.
So Long Tan this evening is done. The first Chinese player to ever play in MLS. We'll take the trip to the sideline. 80 minutes in, he's done his job. And in comes number 11, Sam Garza. Griffiths, long over the top. Bacciello trying to escape the attentions of Ringhoff. Here comes the Blues. Big ball to the left-hand side. Bacciello's there. Storming run by Muse. Garza with his first touch. Garza back. Finds Tim. Bartley's on the right-hand side. He'll play it first time across. Decent idea to play it first time. Always tough for defenders to deal with.
That was, that's the right play to play it across first time in between the goalkeeper and defender. The defenders are running back onto their own goal. Very hard to defend and deal with, but Muse does it admirably.
Social media, a huge part of the USL. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Vine. You can find me at Nick Webster as the corner comes across. Uzo is there. Uzo wins it. Such a big presence there. Very hard to deal with. Blair Gavin, that's something you don't see very often. A miscue from Blair Gavin, but Arizona still committing a lot of players forward here. Here's the sub Garza, under pressure from McCracken, and maybe a chance now for the Blues to break. Here's Stefanovic, he's got Uzo. You've got to fancy Stefanovic in this race. Although Uzo, he just doesn't stop running. Great ball to the far post. What a break by the Blues right there.
Yeah. It was a great ball by Stefanovic, playing that early, trying to find Caesar, and it just goes a little bit further. Just a little bit ahead of him, but they've created a corner. You know, they've created a positive move, and now they scored off the last one. They're going to expect to want to score off of this one.
Well, a lot of players in the box. 5 players. Arizona's brought everybody back. They are well aware of the danger. Griffiths making a real pest of himself. Far post, Bacciello! And referee deciding that Bacciello had fouled Garza. Great run there, though, from Stefanovic and Uzo. Just two completely different players. But Uzo was not going to give it up, was he?
No, he was not. He was going to run from them step by step, pace by pace. Uzo's such a strong, fit defender. He's done so well tonight, winning everything in the air, everything gone by him. He wasn't going to let Stefanovic do the same.
Farzinski clears it long. Griffiths comes to win it. Mirkovic brings it down nicely. Plunker. Caesar. Oh, this is danger. Blackwood clear through. Blackwood, oh, good save by Brandon Miller. That is why he is the USL reigning goalkeeper of the year. That was quality. Blackwood looked certain to score.
I thought he really was going to score. He had so much pace and space in between him and Plunker and Britton Griffiths. Found himself such a good opportunity. His first real chance on goal. I'm sure he wants that one back.
Came out of absolutely nothing as well.
Just, missed clearances in the midfield.
Another set piece for Arizona. There comes Brandon Miller. Wins it cleanly. Stefanovic, 1-on-1 against Kelly. And Kelly's done really well to win that one. Griffiths hooks it straight back in. Can Caesar stay on side? Oh, it's a big mistake. Trevon Caesar. He's got a lot of time, a lot of space. Not too many Blues players in the box. Bacciello's got his arm up in the air. Surely he's taken down. No. Cretanan wins it. And the delayed whistle by the referee right there.
Just giving up foul just outside the box. It was a good dump from Bacciello and Caesar. Caesar not giving up on that play. Wins the ball over there. Takes a man one-on-one. But you got to enjoy this game so far. Back and forth, back and forth. The last 6.5 minutes here could go really either way.
Didier Cretanan over the free kick. Neus is there as well. I think it's going to be Cretanan with the right foot. The Blues committing a lot of players forward. Cretanan. Looked like he was perhaps going for goal there. The deflection does go out for a corner though. And the Blues will keep all their big boys up. Griffiths is there. Bacciello. Stefanovic wants it short. Plunker's up. Big opportunity. Cretanan goes far post again. Bacciello. Oh, and Ringhoff does so well with the little flicked header and it just knocks it off the chest of Bacciello.
But the Blues just have to sustain this pressure. Keep it up. Keep pushing against Arizona. Eventually, from OC Blues' eyes, they're going to break. If you're Arizona, you just sustain this pressure and get another opportunity like you just had with Tyler Blackwood, where you get something kind of fluke in and you try to create another opportunity for yourself.
Another substitution for Arizona United. Brock Granger coming in. Once again, Blackwood playing on the shoulder of the last defender, and he's doing it very well.
Experiences played, here college in the States, but also for QPR over in London.
Bacciello and Ringhoff having a really good battle right now. Hack clear, Blackwood's onto it, gets the flick, and he's fouled by Griffiths, and chance now for Arizona maybe to take a little bit of air out of the game, slow it down a little bit, kill some time.
If I'm Arizona, if I come out of here with a draw, I'm a happy man.
Here's Blair Gavin. McCracken hacking it clear. Rooney, the goal scorer for Arizona United. Caesar, Uzo, perfectly positioned. Here comes Tim. Space out on the right-hand side. Drops kindly for Stefanovic. Stefanovic goes big. Ringhoff reads it really well. Inside for Tim. Bardsley. Here's Trayvon Caesar. One-on-one against Ringhoff. Still Trayvon Caesar. Still Trayvon Caesar. Inside. Bacciello to win it! Oh, he's hit the ball! Unbelievable! I mean, it really is unbelievable. Now I'm thinking that cursed. 5 times the OC Blues have hit the woodwork this evening.
Oh my goodness.
Bacciello looked like for sure he was going to put that winning ball in the back of the net. Secure 3 points for the Blues.
It makes for good TV, doesn't it? It makes for good TV. It's such a good, 1v1 opportunity again with Caesar. He's come away the better for 3 or 4 of those he's had since he's been on. Finds Bacciello, as I said, just pulls back off, 6-yard box, hits the crossbar. McCracken just can't keep it in bounds for Stefanovic there.
Unbelievably bad luck for the OC Blues tonight. Don't think I've ever been at a game where I've seen a team hit the bar or the post, the woodwork 5 times.
Yeah, unless we're talking indoor soccer, I don't think I've been at one either.
Rooney trying to flick it onto Blackwood, who does. Help it forward. De Lima has come on for Cortez. Griffiths back to Miller. Just 2 minutes of regular time left on the clock right now. Surely time for the Blues to snatch something from this game. Rooney. Out wide. Flick forward for Bardsley. News inside for Velima. Kretanen to McCracken. Space for McCracken. Plays it to Stefanovic. McCracken's charging forward on the overlap. Stefanovic still pulling forward. Here's McCracken. McCracken to the 6-yard box. He just couldn't find the runner.
Yeah, someone needs to get across that front post, needs to get across that front man, at least draw him out if you're not going to touch it, get something on it. He tries to play it back across and just nobody there.
It's a great run from McCracken though.
Terrific.
Merkovic, Kretanen. Here goes Didier Kretanen. Dinking it forward. And the flag was up right there on Bacciello. Into the last minute of regular time. Late winner, Mr. Walker.
Like I said, for TV purposes, I hope so. I really do hope so. This has been such a great game. I think OC Blues are obviously unlucky not to come away the victor if they don't tonight, and a draw or anything better for Arizona would be a great result for them, considering all the chances that the Blues had. Not to say that Arizona hadn't had their fair share of chances as well, but regardless, it's been so entertaining, such a great game, such a good showing of what USL soccer is really all about.
Yeah, great advert for the league, no doubt about it. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes for someone to be a hero.
Be the hero.
Be a villain. Tim. Can't quite find it. Stefanovic. Merkovic. Bacciello's making a nice run, so is Caesar. Ringhoff will pick that one up. Velima's there, so is Muse. Didier Kretanen coming across, he wants it. Goes to Plonka. Griffith. Merkovic with time to turn. Finds McCracken. Stefanovic. No help for Stefanovic, and not really the ball that he wanted.
There's nothing much that you can do there.
Tim finds Rooney. Gaza against McCracken. Gaza. First time ball across. Griffith doesn't deal with it as well as he would like. Rooney, we've seen how dangerous Rooney is from the 18-yard box. Well played there from Tim. Back across. Rooney. Miller with the save. Rooney, I mean, he holds his head.
He knew that was it. I think Griffiths just got a little touch before it went into Miller, and a great stop from Miller. That's perfect. 92nd minute.
Yeah,
such
huge.
Such a good opportunity for Rooney, though. He should be scoring that one.
And Miller saw that one really, really late. Stuck out a leg, though. McCracken. Bacciello against Uzo. Uzo wins it. Caesar's there. Ringhoff comes across. Ringhoff hooks it clear. Tim. That's a great ball by Tim. Out wide to Bardsley. Bardsley against Muse. Bardsley still. Bardsley. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. 2 minutes left of the additional 4. Miller. Ringhoff, who's been very good on anything high in the air this evening. Valima and Tim. Committed challenge from both players. Ringhoff again. Caesar could pick this one up. No, not too interested. So Tim brings it forward. Blackwood making a nice run. Blackwood, has he stayed on side?
Ooh.
Blackwood did so well there. You can see the run as it was developing.
I didn't think he was able
and here's
to
a chance for Caesar to win the game. 3 points for the Blues at stake, and Wasinski comes up huge. Caesar's still there. 1-on-1. Caesar taken down. Referee is not interested. You'd have to say it's probably the right call.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Caesar looked like he was looking for it, but has to be careful there. He's on the defender, doesn't he? But give it up to Uzo and Wasinski for keeping Caesar out for the first breakaway. You know, Uzo coming back and forcing him wide, and Wasinski coming up, using all 6'6", 6'7" of him to create the save.
Uzo really is, he's so deceptive, but that's a great bit of skill. Chance for the Blues now. Oh, Valima couldn't get onto it. Yeah, Uzo has been really impressive tonight. There's Blair Gavin. Just seconds left right now. Arizona, though, still looking to pump the ball forward. Blackwood can't get there. Hooked on by Mirkovic. Valima. Surely the last chance right now. It's got to go forward. And our referee blows for full time. And after 94 absolutely pulsating minutes that saw the OC Blues hit the woodwork 5 times, Luke Rooney opened up the scoring for Arizona United SC. Joe Bacciello equalized from a set piece for the OC Blues. And we finish up with a 1-1 scoreline. It's a point apiece, but what an exciting evening.
Yeah, it was great. You know, you want to say it's a fair point, but really, if you're thinking about OC Blues, it's not. You feel like you got robbed, you know, at least 5 times with the post, and you really want a couple of those opportunities back. But credit due where's credit due. They both played hard tonight. It was an exciting match. I enjoyed it thoroughly up here from the press box. 1 point apiece.
Well, I'm going to run down, get an interview with hopefully the goal scorer and the managers. So I'm going to leave you to entertain the viewers.
Yeah, we'll look at some highlights and some stats here in a second. But you know, like I was saying, it's such a good game from both of the teams. OC Blues will feel hard done by because so many good opportunities, especially when they were able to really push from the midfield, from the center of midfield, and create havoc for the for Arizona United's back line, especially the center backs of Uzo and Ringhoff. So once they were able to do that, once they were able to find that little space through Cretinan, through Povle, Popoda, through Cortez, through Valima as he's come on late, they were really able to create so many opportunities in the first half. As we take a look now at the first goal for Arizona, Tim finding the ball to Rooney, who just seems like from nothing 23 yards out just from the top of the D on the top of the 18-yard box there. It's such a great finish off the volley. Such a great amount of skill and technique needed for that finish. As you see, his teammates are applauding him now as they go over and celebrate the Arizona fans that made the journey 4 or 5 hours from Scottsdale to support their Arizona United, their boys. All credit due to them as we take a look at the second goal, Joe Bacciello's goal, off a great set piece from Ray Mules. As you see him just sneak around the back, defender gets tripped, but finds that back post. Great volley into the back post, into the ground though, keeping it low as Rinkoff, his marker, gets tripped up there, falls down. Such a great, exciting game from both sides. I can't say it enough how many opportunities the Blues have created. The Blues have had trouble this year scoring goals, haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game yet, and here they found themselves 1-1, but truly with the opportunity to be 4-5-1 up. We got another replay coming here. Bacciello being able to push it past Wazinski there, just off the post. I don't know if Kelly got a touch to it before Cortez puts it over off a very good opportunity, and that would have put them, I think 1-1 at the time before Bacciello did score. Just after we take now a look at the stats, 1-1. Shot so many, 13-4 from Arizona, but it was only 4-3 on goal. So many more corners. A couple more yellow cards, but give it up to the Blues that played so well. I'm going to sign off here. We're going to throw it down to Nick Webster, who has Barry Venison there at his side. Nick?
Joined by Barry Venison. Barry, you've been in this game a long time. Have you ever seen a team hit the woodwork 5 times in one game?
We've had great goalkeepers left. We play so well against the Steelers, man. But yeah, we got the ball, we got the force, and we look at the good work.
And we should have a penalty. So we've come away from that with it's a draw, and we're bitterly disappointed. They've created a couple of chances, but that game could easily have been 7-2 for us, of course. But we're happy with the performance. We needed a performance after our display last week, which was substandard. Bit of a shambles at times, but we played really well tonight. The players did exactly what we wanted. We attacked. We had a young lad, Dushan, on the right-hand side, who not many people have seen. Fantastic talent. He attacks. He's got that naivety, which we love. He's blessed with a lot of skill. So he did really well for us. Our forwards did well. The bench, the lads who came on from the bench did well. It's just a shame we didn't keep a clean sheet. But if we carry on creating those type of chances so often, we're okay.
So 3 of your next 4 games on the road. Are you looking to bring the same kind of performances?
Absolutely. We don't change our performance whether we're at home or away. We've got a certain way of playing, which again we didn't really execute on Sunday. But the way we like to play is aggressive attacking football. We like to pass the ball, and we like to attack and get crosses and shots in. And when we've got that type of energy and that type of composure, maybe our finishing should have been a little bit more clinical. It doesn't matter which ground or stadium we're at. That's the way we play.
I was talking to you in midweek, and you were telling me how much you work on set pieces. Obviously paid off tonight.
Well, yeah, we've got a few in our catalogue, and we change it up. But the reason we've got a few is because we've got so much quality on our set pieces. With Didier Cretinan and Roy Mears, 2 fantastic dead ball deliverers. And when you've got the aggressive attacking of the ball that we got on our team, then we've got a chance. We've got a chance against anybody. But there's the subtlety, and there's the confidence, and there's the composure. So a lot of good things tonight. Set pieces work well for us, as the will do keep on going. We need to make sure that we concentrate at the back a little bit better. We're a little bit loose at the back at times, but hey, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's an ongoing project, but we're enjoying it.
I know it's a team performance, but is there anyone in particular who really impressed you tonight with their play?
Well, there's 2 lads. The 2 lads up front, Joe, Joe Bacciello, who's up there and for a long time was up there by himself, and Dusan, young Serbian lad who's got, like I said, immense talent, gifted. So we've just got to get him in the right package, give him the freedom and the confidence to go out and do that. He's not going to play 25 games a season because we've got to look after him, but those two set the standard and they were fantastic.
Barry Venison, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great point tonight and a tremendous entertainment for these people.
2 points lost.
Back to you in the studio.
And there we heard from Coach Barry Venison. Thank you, Nick, for that good interview. Like he said, he's 2 points lost for the Blues tonight. They've done so well to get forward, to get after it. Like we said, from minute 1 all the way to minute 94. Just so lucky for them tonight to come away with the draw. On the flip side of that, so well for Arizona to come away with the draw after a couple scary moments there. In the back for them, Wazinski's come up big. Uzo had a great game. All credit to Bacciello and to Dusan Stefanovic. We're going to sign off here from Irvine, UCI, and Eater Stadium, where the OC Blues FC have drawn Arizona United SC 1-1. I want to thank you for listening to us. Amani Walker, Nick Webster, all the great people here, production, Liquid Events. We'll catch you at the next home game on June 4th. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.